All right. Good evening, everybody. Welcome for being on. This is an introduction to the Young Living Business Zoom call that we're doing. This is actually our first time doing this format. I'm Andrea Lahman.
And I'm Andy Lahman.
And we are Diamonds with Young Living. And a lot of you on the call are actually part of our Living Well Now organization. Some of you may be just checking out the business, and some of you might be like, what am I a part of? Somebody invited me to listen to this, and I have no idea what is going on. I'm going to put my glasses on because as I'm approaching 40, I am realizing that by the end of the night, after being on the computer, my eyes are tired and needing it. So these are my like $10 Walgreens glasses. Hope you guys enjoy them. So thanks for being on. We are going to try to keep this call to about 30 minutes, and we want to respect your time tonight, but we are super excited just to share our journey, in this Young Living business and to allow for you guys to check it out. So we got started 10 years ago using the products and really didn't even understand the business opportunity that was there when we fell in love with the products, right?
That's exactly right.
So he was on board right away with the products. I know a lot of husbands are not, but Andy was on board right away. And then it was about 5.5 years ago that I really decided to take a look at this business. I was in my 10th year teaching. I was, a mom of two little ones at home that I really just wanted to be with. And, the grading essays all weekend long was starting to wear on me. So I decided to take a look at the business side of it. We'd fallen so much in love with these oils and the natural lifestyle. And so that's what we did. You read the For Your Career book. Some of you may have read that book, The For Your Career. And it made sense to him. It made sense to me. And so we just jumped in full force and decided that if I could match my take-home income by the end of the school year, that I was going to take the risk and leave and do this full-time, not in full-time hours, part-time hours, but as my full-time thing. So that's what we did. We carved out about 10 to 12 hours a week that we could build this business while I was teaching, while I was nursing a baby and taking care of a 3-year-old. And we just had this vision of where it was going. And we were able to take that risk at the end of that school year and actually leave the classroom to be able to do this. And then Andy was able to follow the next year. We taught at the same school. So that's kind of our journey. It's been crazy. My big dream was to be able to be home with my kids. So we're talking like I needed to make, $1,500 a month to replace my 2/3 time income, take-home income from teaching. And, we were able to do that in that first year, but it's been absolutely ridiculous what has happened since then as we've continued to build. And so that's why I get so excited to share this business opportunity with people, because it's not a get-rich-quick scheme, right? I had to work hard for that first year. I worked hard for that second year, but it has completely set us up financially we just finished paying off our house this last month. So completely 100% debt-free after a little over 5.5 years of building this business. And so it's so fun now to be able to share this with other people, to help people dream a little bit, to help them see that there are possibilities with this, that it's like with any other business, it takes time, it takes effort. But if you are willing to do that, put in the time and effort, I can't think of any kind of business that is better. We always say that network marketing is not perfect, it's just better. And so we're excited to share that with you tonight. Anything else you want to share?
No, that was really, really well said. I think I'll just add a little piece. I'm a business and finance guy, so if you can relate to that, cool. If you can't, that's all right. But when I read the For Your Career at convention in 2012, I just want to clarify, before that point, Young Living was a very product-driven company and still are. There are a lot of customers that buy Young Living products, even though they're not interested in the business. And I think that's what was really cool for us. When we read the For Your Career, it was kind of like, ding, 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 ding. For me, just explain quickly how it works. I understood the power of compound interest. If you don't understand the power of compound interest and you're not currently making compound interest work for you, you need to get that going. Otherwise, you're going to be relying on Social Security, or social insecurity, as a lot of people call it. Create your own retirement plan. That's what compound interest allows you to do. Well, I understood that ahead of the For Your Career. 4-year career compared geometric progression, which is part of what network marketing provides, to compound interest. And for me, that was like, boom, because I already understood the power of these products, and then the financial side of things just totally made sense from there. So that's a little bit to add.
Okay. So that was our kind of how we got started. And we're going to take you through now a little bit about the business. Let me see if I can share the screen here. Hopefully you guys can all see that now. Okay. All right, so we're going to start by talking about 2 lifestyles. So lifestyle 1 starts off with going to school. Most people go to school from 0 to 18 or 0 to 25, depending on if people go to college. And then it's about working hard for the next 40 years, right? So from about age 25 to 65, people join the workforce, and they're working really hard and looking to retirement to be the time when they get to enjoy life. But what happens about the age of 70, most people are living on a fixed income, and around that age of 70, health usually starts to decline. So there's another lifestyle, though, that we want to present to you. It starts off the same way, right? So we go to school, we get our education from about 0 to 25, and then we begin to work hard. So that's where we found ourselves, 6 years ago, 10 years into teaching, working hard, but then at some point making that choice to work smart. So that was when I made that decision to begin building this business on the side of what I was already doing. So for 5 years, working smart, and we can say literally it's been 5.5 years for us now, and then getting to enjoy life on your terms. So if we were at a live class, I would ask you which one of these sounds better to you, lifestyle 1 or lifestyle 2, and inevitably everybody always says lifestyle 2. So that's what we want to present to you tonight, is how you can make a decision to begin to live lifestyle number 2. So a little bit about our company, okay? We work with trends, okay? So the wellness and beauty industry is slated to be $1 trillion industry by the year 2025. That's huge. And so our company in particular, we offer natural solutions in the areas of essential oils. We have oil-infused supplements and nutrition, and we have natural household cleaning products, and we actually just added natural makeup to our line. So Young Living as a company has been in business over 22 years. They now have over 74 countries represented, and we're working on the 3rd year of over $1 billion in sales. So some of the people on our team have made hundreds of dollars a month. Some have made thousands of dollars a month, and some have made tens of thousands of dollars a month. And that's just on our Living Well Now team that we represent. So as you can see, business is booming with Young Living. So we want to encourage you to think big, believe big, act big, knowing that the results will be big. It is up to each one of us to decide how we want to design our lives. And I can remember when we first started talking about, this is back in 2012, okay, am I really going to go for this? Are we going to do this, with that idea of being able to leave teaching? It had been a long time since I had dreamed. You get into the workforce, and I think we just have a tendency to kind of stop dreaming, stop thinking about what could be in our life, right? And we kind of get into that status quo thing, and we don't dream. So that's where I had found myself 10 years into teaching, not really dreaming. So it was really fun when we got into this to actually start creating those vision boards and writing down, the things that we wanted. I actually have still sitting here, this was from 2012, I wrote, so this was my why for building. I love the flexibility and freedom that comes along with building a Young Living business. I love the ability to stay home with my children and be in the classroom as a mom helper. I love being able to empower others to become financially free and experience better health. So this was something I wrote before I was making the money, right? Before I was able to leave teaching. It was just that vision that I was creating for where I wanted to go. So I would encourage each of you, as you consider Young Living as a business, start to dream, start to think about, well, what if things were different? What if time wasn't an issue for us anymore? What if money wasn't an issue for us anymore? What would I do? Okay. How would I spend my days? What would life look like for us? Andy, you want to take this part?
I sure will. So why network marketing? Network marketing is awesome. I mean, when we think about network marketing, we do it every day, just so you know. You're constantly networking with people. You're constantly recommending things to people. It's the same thing with Young Living, sharing it with others. However, there's compensation involved. And at first that could feel a little strange, like, how did you get paid for this? But in that, at the end, I mean, like, we sit these days and it's like, can you believe that we get paid for this? I mean, we love these products. We think everyone should use like all of the products, right? We use a ton of them. But we're just recommending them to them. And we don't recommend them when people don't ask. We don't bring it up just out of nowhere. You know, we share when it's natural. So anyway, I just wanted to share that part. But this Young Living business has a very low startup cost. If you were to start any other business, like a franchise, you'd spend thousands of dollars getting that business off the ground, potentially. Here with Young Living, you can start with $160 a starter kit. So that's incredible. The tax benefits, I won't spend a lot of time on that, but there are tons of tax benefits. For instance, the office that we're sitting in currently, this is a small portion of our house, but it is something we can write off every single month, reduce from our taxes. Travel, business travel. We travel quite a bit. We figured out we were gone 41 days out of 365 last year for Young Living. So those are days that we can write off and reduce our tax liability as well. Fuel, driving around town for business classes, business meetings, business meetups, whatever it is, those are all tax deductible. So lots of tax benefits. We just want you to know that they're there and awesome. You get to choose who you work with. That's really cool. If you don't know our family, pretty much our entire family, our immediate families are involved in this company. And I mean, my mom and dad, my brother and my sister-in-law, Andrea's sister, her cousin, her mom. I mean, like, we've been able to just bless our family with this business. Now there's some people in our, extended family that aren't really excited about Young Living or don't really know a whole lot.
They still think they're snake oils.
Yeah, they really aren't curious, and we don't spend a lot of time on that. We still love them. They still love us. It's just, differences in the ways we do things. So you get to choose who you work with. And then I also like to say that we don't get to choose who we work with too, which is awesome, because we've made and developed friendships that are like family inside of Young Living. So this community that we are a part of is awesome. And if you are not familiar with the community, I definitely encourage you to plug into anything we've got going to get to know people, because it's really awesome. Travel opportunities. Again, we travel a lot because of Young Living. We get to go to, the Young Living convention every summer. We get to go, we've had a chance to go to New Zealand to help with our team that's growing there in New Zealand. We get to go on trips that are actually, reward trips with Young Living. So it's amazing, just the travel opportunities that are there. The next one is being your own boss. That's cool. That's really cool. Sometimes it's like, what? I mean, yeah, let's just go take Monday off. I mean, that's what we're going to do on this coming Monday. We're going to take Monday off. We get to create our own schedule. Our calendar is our boss, basically, right? We plug in things that we want to do and we make them happen. But I will tell you, you will always have a desire to work. I know that personally. You always have a desire to work and to serve the world. That will always be a part of who you are. So, I always thought I'd work and then retire and then I'd just be done working and I'd just play all the time. But you're going to want to work. So this is awesome. We get to just figure out when we work around our lives. No inventory. That's amazing. That just blows my mind a lot of times, where it's like, what? I mean, we just have a huge business and we don't have to carry an inventory. I mean, that's unheard of. That Young Living takes care of all that from their warehouse and ships it directly to people's doors. So we love that too. And then the ability to leverage time. Again, we're going to take Monday off. We have no concerns about the fact that our business will continue to grow on Monday. People have just gotten to the point where they love these products too much. They can't keep their mouths shut. And then, the business grows and people are like, whoa, wait, you can earn an income sharing these things? Like, this is cool. And the next thing you know, we could stop working for a while and business would continue to grow. But reality is we like to work.
Okay. Let's see here. Next slide.
All right. So essential oil. Andrea loves how I typically just read this one. Okay. A volatile substance, an essential oil, for those of you that are unfamiliar, is a volatile substance derived from plants, containing the natural smell and characteristics of the plant. extracted primarily through steam distillation. They are potent, they're volatile, and they're versatile. So if you're unfamiliar with essential oils in general, we use essential oils all the time. And Young Living goes well beyond essential oils. You need to know that, especially if you're a guy. A lot of guys are like, oils, what's that all about? And I always remind guys, oils are what your cologne is made of, right? So if you've ever worn cologne, just shake it off. It's not a big deal, you know? You use cologne, same sort of thing. I'm wearing some oils right now. Smells like cologne. My wife wants to hang out with me. It's cool. So, yeah. So anyway, essential oils, we use them to support sleep. We use them to support our immune systems. We use them to support digestion. I mean, there's basically not anything that oils don't support. So that's an essential oil for you. And try them if you haven't. Young Living's global impact. Young Living is spread across the world. We have offices in lots of different places. We have farms in lots of different places. We've had a chance to visit quite a few, and that's been cool. We've visited the Young Living farm up in Mona, Utah, which a lot of you folks probably have too. We've had a chance to visit one down in Ecuador. We've seen one in France. Had a chance to visit partner farms in Australia and Hawaii. And we're heading to Croatia this summer as the plan. So lots of farms, and it's fun to see the process and smell the oils and see what's going on there. This guy is the founder, discoverer, and visionary D. Gary Young. I like to say that he's the most interesting man in the world, personally. I know there's some commercial out there that claims some other guys, but this guy has gone everywhere to discover botanicals and to discover plants that you can use to turn into essential oils, and it's awesome. Yep.
Okay. So what is it that we do? So I like to say that we are health and business coaches. So we help people to find better health using Young Living products, using the oils, using the supplements. And then we also help to coach them on building their own business. Now, these are typically the questions that people want to get answered. When they're checking out this business, they want to know, first of all, how does it work? Number 2, how do I get paid? Number 3, how much money can I make? Number 4, what do I have to do to get paid? And number 5, how do I get started? So we're going to attempt to answer each of those really briefly tonight. And then we'll just point you back to whoever it was that invited you to listen to this call to get a little bit more information. If you are on for the first time tonight, I would encourage you, if you like what you heard tonight, to check in with the person who introduced you and ask them to borrow a For-Your Career book. Okay, so you can get a little bit more of the details. That's the book that like hooked us. We're like, okay, this is awesome, and we want this in our lives. Okay, so I would definitely encourage you to check that out as a next step. All right, so I'm putting this slide up, but we're not really going to look too much at this. What I want you all to do now, if you are on the call, is to grab a piece of paper really quickly. Okay, so grab a piece of paper, grab a pencil. I'm going to take you through a really quick activity, because one of the things I hear a lot as I'm helping somebody to get started on this business, one of the fears that I hear is that I don't know enough people. Okay, some of you may be feeling that. Maybe some of you who are brand new in the business are feeling that. Maybe some of you who are checking this out are like, I don't think I could do this. I can't grow a big business because I'm not that well connected. But I'm going to show you how that's actually not true. Okay, so hopefully you all have a piece of paper now and you have a pen or a pencil. What I want you to do on that paper is just draw a circle, and in the middle of that circle, put your name. Okay, and then you're just going to make, you know those suns that you used to make when you were in kindergarten? A nice little rays of sunshine coming out from it, all right? My daughter's 6 right now. Our daughter.
Yes.
Our daughter is 6 right now. And so she's making these suns. All right, so you're going to do that. And what I want you to do on one of those rays going out, I want you to write down the name of a stay-at-home mom that you know. Just one person that comes to mind that's a stay-at-home mom. Okay, so go ahead and do that right now. Write that name down. And I'm going to move faster than I would normally if it was just you and I sitting here talking, and just because this is recorded. But so if you don't get something right away, it's okay. Keep moving on. Okay, so on the next one, I want you to write down the name of a real estate agent that you know. Okay, so write down the name of a real estate agent. I'm doing the same thing. Okay, On the next one, I want you to write down the name of a teacher that you know. It could be, a elementary teacher, high school teacher, preschool teacher, Sunday school teacher, a specialty class type teacher, just the name of any teacher you know. Okay, then on the next one, I want you to write down the name of a hairdresser that you know. Okay, it could be the person that does your hair, it could be a friend that does hair. Okay, and we're gonna go to another ray of sunshine coming out, and you're going to write down the name of a connector that you know. So this is somebody that just seems to know a lot of people. Okay, so somebody, we have a friend named Adam, and we swear that he knows everybody that we know. So we just assume when we meet people that they also know Adam. So write down the name of a connector. Okay, and then on the next one, you're gonna write down the name of a family member. This could be a cousin, an aunt, an uncle, a niece, a sister, a mom or dad, okay, a family member. Okay, and then you're gonna write down the name of a current friend, okay, somebody that you are in contact with now. And then you're going to write down the name of an elementary, high school, or college friend. Maybe somebody that you're not that connected to anymore, but they're still a friend of yours from that time. Okay. Now you're going to write down the name of somebody you know who's in the wellness industry. So this could be a yoga instructor, or this could be, let's see, a trainer, or somebody who's a nutritionist, somebody in the wellness industry, a chiropractor. Okay. And now you're going to write down the name of somebody that you currently work with. Okay. If you're a stay-at-home mom, maybe it's somebody who's in a mom's club with you, or maybe you do some volunteer stuff and it's somebody there. Or it could be an old coworker if you were in the working force before. Okay, so somebody you work with. And then I want you to write down the name of somebody that you're in an extracurricular activity with. So that could be church. Once again, it could be a volunteer opportunity. It could be maybe a parent of somebody, one of your kids, like sports activities, a parent there. So somebody you know from something other than work. Okay. So I'm counting up mine, and from the activity we just did, it looks like we should have like 10 or 11 names, okay? So now what I want you to do is I want you to look on your page and circle the hairdresser, okay? So circle the name of that hairdresser, and I just want you to think, does that hairdresser know a couple of other hairdressers? Draw a few lines out from that circle, okay? Does that hairdresser have a family member? Does that hairdresser know a connector that you don't know? Does that hairdresser know a teacher that you don't know? How about know somebody from a volunteer organization or a childhood friend? All of these people that you don't know, okay? And then you could go out one more level. So let's take the hairdresser that hairdresser knows, right? And so that hairdresser, does she know a few other people? It can go on and on and on. So just to clarify this point, in the beginning of your business, you're just going to be sharing with people in your circle of influence, right? Your friends, your family, people that you're meeting. But very soon, as you begin to introduce it to people, and then you share that there's an opportunity to get a thank you check from Young Living every time they give their referral code, you're going to be able to get into other people's networks and share these products with more and more people. So we have introduced the oils to about 100 people, a little over 100 people. Okay, I have.
She has. I've only enrolled one person, just so you know. I've only enrolled one person.
So I've enrolled probably about 120, 125 people over the course of the time we've been with Young Living. But our organization now is almost at 10,000 people. And that's because we have shared with people who have shared with people who have shared with people. Because guys, the truth is you use these products and you want to share them with people. There's a lot of people that need them. Everybody needs them.
Yes.
Okay. So let's look really quickly. We're not going to really go over this part. This is about creating a foundation. So this is just showing you the first few levels in Young Living. This is something that the person who introduced you can tell you a little bit more about, the different ranks. And then I want to focus on this really quickly because this is where you'll make the bulk of your paycheck in the beginning of this business. And it's called the Fast Start Bonus. So every time that you help somebody to enroll with a premium starter kit that comes with the essential oils and the diffuser, or maybe they want to get the Ningxia Red kit that's going to help support their energy and every body system that we have. Or maybe they're wanting to detox their home, and so they're getting started with all of the Thieves products that they can replace, toxic cleaners and that kind of thing with. Or maybe they're wanting to go natural in their makeup, and so they're getting started with the Savvy Minerals makeup collection. But anytime you help somebody to enroll with one of those 4 starter kits, you're going to get a thank you check the next month for about $50, which is nice, right? Because we refer people to things, we make recommendations all the time, favorite movie, favorite restaurant, favorite online shopping experience, but we don't get paid for it. And in this case, you get paid to make a referral that you would already make anyway. So that's the Fast Start Bonus. It's $50 anytime you help somebody to enroll. And then if that person that you enrolled helps somebody to enroll, you're going to get a bonus as well. In that person's first 3 months, you're going to get 10% of anything they order. Okay. So the people you enroll, you get that starter kit bonus. Okay. You're going to get $50 for the kit. You're also going to get 25% of anything else they order in the first 3 months. And then anytime they enroll somebody for that person's first 3 months, you're going to get a matching bonus of 10%. Okay. So this is the Fast Start Bonus, and this can begin to add up really quickly as you begin to introduce people to the oils. And then what we were just talking about before, where I had you make the sun and you look at how the branches start to go, we have what's called uni-level compensation. So you're going to get a little bit off of everybody who begins to order to a certain number of levels down. And so that becomes the bulk of your check. At this point, the uni-level commission and one other portion of the check is the biggest portion of our check as we've grown over the last 5 years. Okay, so that's the Fast Start Bonus. The Rising Star Team Bonus is not something that we're going to go over tonight, but it is something that I want you to write down right now. If you're not familiar with the Rising Star Team Bonus, this is the way that I tell people when they join me in business to begin structurally building. Okay, this sets you up to get all the way to Royal Crown Diamond, and it's a way to bulk your check a little bit in those beginning ranks with Young Living. So you want to get to know this, and you want to strategize building your team this way. Okay, this is the Young Living Income Disclosure Statement. This is something, if you want to print off a copy of this, you can just Google Young Living Income Disclosure Statement and it will pull it up, and then you can see this. But what I always tell people is take a look at the different ranks, okay? And then you're going to go over to monthly income. There's lowest, highest, and median, and average. So what I always tell people to do is to look at that median income, okay? And find the one that would make a difference for them and their family. So for us, when we got started, that silver income, if you look at the median monthly income, was $1,769, okay? For us, that meant the difference of having to have a day job or being able to be home with my 2 little kids, okay? Once we got to that amount, we were able to leave our job so that I could be a stay-at-home mom, which was what I wanted. That's not what everybody wants, so it's whatever you want. Maybe it's you want to be able to take vacations that you haven't been able to take. Maybe it's that you have a lot of, student loan debt and you want to be able to pay that down. Maybe it's that you have a bleeding heart and you just want to be able to give, like nothing else. And because of your finances, you haven't been able to give much, okay? There's lots of reasons why this business makes sense. For some, it's a safety net, for a couple, and I don't want to speak this over anybody's life, but I know that there have been a few people who have found themselves in a divorce, and this business is what saved them from having, from having to be in financial ruin. They had this Young Living business to support them during a challenging time. So anyway, you can print this off. So know that, just Google Young Living Income Disclosure Statement. Okay, so we are going to hopefully these two people are on the call tonight. Actually, there may be two, maybe three that are on. I'm going to go ahead and start with Angela Lahman. If you are on, would you unmute yourself? Angela is actually teaching a big class to some business builders right now in the Phoenix area, but she said that if she was able, she was going to pop on. Angela, are you on?
Yeah, so I'm under Katie Nolan's name. So
okay, yay!
Hi. Katie's
hello, welcome.
For tonight. We'll just zoom around the class really quickly. This is one of the things you can expect from our team is a ton of support and community. Lots of good food. Pizza red, wine, super fun.
Love it.
So I'm so grateful that you guys are opening this up. I just wanted to quickly come live and tell you that prior getting started with Young Living as a business, I was already an avid product user, but I was struggling as a teacher and a newly single mom who didn't know how I was going to make ends meet. So I started hustling with my Young Living business for an attempt to make a secondary income. As you know, teachers aren't paid very much in Arizona, and so it was gonna be a really hard road for us had I stayed just solely in education. What that provided me the opportunity to do was work with a lot of really cool people and friends in my life to share the love of Young Living with so many more other people and learn about duplicating success. And in 3 years, I was able to leave my job as a teacher because my kids still needed me. I have a 14-year-old and a 12-year-old, and my flexible schedule now gives me the opportunity to rearrange my schedule if a kid needs to go late to school or has a doctor's appointment for an athletic injury. And I just am feeling super, super grateful for what's already happened in my business to allow this time freedom that I would not have had in education. Not only that, I'm super grateful for the financial freedom that my family now has and the opportunities that we've had to travel and have adventures together. And just the world has opened in so many awesome ways. And I'm surrounded here tonight by a lot of people who have similar dreams. And I think that's what I'm most excited about is our vision for Living Well Now is to help create more freedom for our distributors, people who are choosing every day to invite people to take a look at our opportunity. And that the possibilities for that are endless. And Andy and Andrea, you guys are awesome models for what's possible when we just put our very best foot forward. My mom is standing in front of me right now behind me, and I just again owe it so much to our whole family for just again sharing from our hearts wellness, purpose, and abundance. And for each of you who are listening tonight, as you consider the options that are before you, this might be the right one for you.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Ange. Appreciate it. You can go back to your class now. Thanks, guys. Shawna Allred, are you on? Would you be able to share your story?
I am on. Yay. Hi, guys.
So
I don't know if you can all see me, but would it be okay if I put on my glasses too, just in the part of like...
Are you making fun of me?
No, I would never do that. So anyway, actually, to be honest, since I've been taking Nisha Red every day, it's got such great eye support. I find myself not needing my glasses nearly like I used to, even though I'm 40. Whatever. Okay, so anyway, thank you so much for Ange. Oh my gosh, what a cool story she has. Mine is quite a bit different. And I would like to just preface it with saying this is such an amazing example of I did not know Andrea and Andy at all before we started with Young Living. And this is one of those, they met somebody through Young Living and that I was a friend of that person. And it's just a great example of the, the little activity we just did with Andrea of it. If you don't know so many people, it doesn't matter because they know people who know people who know people. So I'm a great example of exactly that. So prior to getting started with Young Living, I was actually a children's director at our church working usually 60 to 70 hours per week. Loved my job, but it was very, very time consuming and was just way busy with things all the time. But I have a history of autoimmune issues. And for over 20 years, I had always sought natural remedies and things to deal with my autoimmune kinds of things. I always preferred to go towards products or foods that had side benefits instead of side effects. And as I learned how to really get better with my autoimmune stuff, I was introduced to Young Living, actually. And I kind of heard something from a class 3 years prior, didn't really understand about the essential oils that Andre had taught a class. And I was curious, but I didn't quite understand everything at that time. But it was a seed planted in my mind. And about 3 years later, I was feeling great, and our family decided that it was time for us to start the adoption process. And we are very passionate about adoption, but especially international adoption. And so we decided to adopt from Africa. I don't know if you know anything about adoption internationally, but it's upwards of about $50,000 to $60,000. And as a children's director at an average sized church, I didn't have that much in my savings account just to pay for that outright. And I knew I needed to do a fundraiser. So I actually called my friend Michelle and I said, hey, Michelle, are you still doing those oils? Because I might be interested in kind of selling them to make a few extra dollars toward our fundraiser. She said, of course I am. It's my lifestyle. So grateful for my friend Michelle, who loves healthy living like I do. So I actually bought my kit and with the intention to make about $500 toward our adoption. And that was the entire vision that I had at that time. So I bought my kit. I introduced it to some friends and family who supported our adoption, made a couple $100, but I had no idea what was to come out of that. Because what had happened was exactly that power of progression where my friends and family started to love the oils and share with their friends and family and share with their friends and family and share with their friends and family. So long story short, we've been in now Young Living for about almost 4.5 years. And not only have I met amazing people, some of my absolute best friends for life, I know that for sure, but I would say almost 100% of our entire adoption has been successfully paid for. We travel in hopefully May to go get our 9-year-old daughter from Africa as our adoption is about to be completed after almost 5 years of this journey. So my why in starting this business as a little $500 fundraiser has just been unbelievable and is coming to an end. But I absolutely love that my husband and I have now been able to make this our full-time career. We have absolute time freedom. Today we decided to go laser tagging with the kids because we could. And we have time freedom to go to Africa because neither of us are connected to a 9-to-5 job like we used to be 5 years ago. And we are so excited, even after our adoption happens, to help people move forward in what their calling is, what their mission is, what their dream is, what their passion is, and to be able to check it off their list, like we've been able to check it off our list. And our dream is expanding and growing, and we're looking at how can we support orphanages in a bigger, broader, more permanent sense, and help other families adopt and help other people with what their dreams are, whether it's paying bills or whatever that might be. So we're so blessed by Young Living and the opportunity that we just had absolutely no idea 4 years ago that it would grow to. So we're very grateful to be here. And I mean, if you are looking for a fundraiser opportunity or time freedom, please talk to the person that brought you to this class tonight, because it is powerful and it happens. And that is really exciting.
Thank you, Shawna.
Mm-hmm.
Can you feel that girl's passion? Thank you. That was awesome. And I'm hoping that Jasmine Lok is on. Jasmine, are you on?
I'm here. Can you see me?
I can't at the moment, but I can hear you. So yes, I can see you. Yes.
Okay, sorry. I can't see myself. So I'm going to pretend like I can. Sorry.
You look beautiful.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Hi, guys. So I'm Jasmine. I know it says Matthews. Clearly that hasn't been changed. But I'm Jasmine Lok. I'm a gold leader of Young Living. And I found Young Living on accident, actually. And this just goes back to talk about how, you never really know what's going to happen and who you're going to meet. I happened to come across like a little Facebook page invite that wasn't attached to anybody I knew, and I went, and it was Andrea, and she was teaching a class for Kylie, and so I didn't know either of these girls, but I went to the class and I learned. I went home and I did like massive research because that's just the person I am, and I decided for myself and my family that Young Living would be what was best for us. And so I signed us up. And I got started with the oils. I found immediate success supporting my daughter who has chronic ear discomfort, and was sold with the product. I needed to find a way to get the product paid for because I was a stay-at-home mom also. I had 2 kids at the time. And so my upline, Heather Lalone, suggested that maybe I host a little class. And so I hosted a class, my first class in January. I got my kid in August. I hosted my first class in January, and it was a huge success. I had a whole bunch of friends come. They loved it. They're all teachers. They loved it. We did like this pampering theme. It was super fun. And so I got a check for like $250 the following month. I'm like, sweet, I'm signing up for Essential Rewards. My husband at the time was like, yeah, that's super awesome. And so I was like, I need to keep this money coming because I got to pay for ER next month. And so I hosted another class in February. And then March, Heather sat me down. She's like, okay, well, here's a goal for you, Jasmine. I want you to, I think she said an OGV of 500, which at the time I had no idea why. I mean, I get it now. She wanted me to hit star. And so I made it. Because my original members signed up for Essential Rewards also because they saw that I was doing it. And then I just continued to build the business. And then I think in April is when I committed to the business. And so for me, initially, my why was to continue to stay at home with my kids. I ended up having another kid in the meantime. And I quickly grew to silver in 9 months. And that silver paycheck afforded me the ability to not only have my Essential Rewards, but to also start supporting my business in the capacity I wanted to. And fast forward probably 3.5 years later, I was still silver. I had a lot of life circumstances that came up. 3.5 years later, I was silver, almost gold, and I ended up going through a divorce. And at the time, I was just a stay-at-home mom. I'm a teacher by trade. I was a stay-at-home mom, and I was forced back into the workplace because I have student loans, I have a master's degree, I have 3 kids I have to support. And so I went back for a year teaching, and I hustled hard with Young Living, and I got to the rank of gold this past November. And the paycheck that I'm bringing home now has literally afforded me the ability to buy a home for my children because we were forced out of our house. And it's afforded me the opportunity to go from a tiny Corolla with 3 growing kids who are 10, 5, and 3 to a decent sized SUV that fits our whole family. And so while my why initially was to stay home with my kids, as Andrea has said, your why will evolve and change. And mine definitely has evolved and changed over the last few years. I would not change my journey with Young Living at all. The people in Young Living are my closest friends and family.
Jasmine, thank you.
And you just never know what opportunity you're going to get. The financial opportunity is amazing, but the friendship I've gotten is far surpasses that. I've spoken about my greater why, about owning the little urban farm, and that's not something that's changed. My direction just looks a little bit different with it now. And with the amazing leaders I have below me, my goal is to retire from teaching in 2 years permanently this time and not ever have to go back. And it's really attainable and it's doable. And as a single mom of 3 kids, I will do it, and I'm going to do it. And I'm really excited for the opportunity that Young Living is giving me.
I have chills. I don't know if anybody else has chills, but I have chills. Thank you so much, Jasmine, for sharing that. We appreciate you. Okay, so we are going to wrap this up really quickly. As you can see, 3 different people, 3 different lives, and how this has impacted them in just really awesome ways. So one of the things that we want to promise to you as a Living Well Now community is that we will help you in these areas. Okay, we know that duplication equals success, so we want to help you with preparing and inviting. We want to help you with presenting, the products and the business people. We want to help teach you how to follow up with your new members and how to introduce the business to people. And then in terms of leadership, with leading your team. So those are the things we have. We have classes and trainings in place. We have documents. We have a whole system to help you so that you don't feel alone, so that you know exactly what to do as you're getting started in this business. And then this is what we call the LWN Power Start. So when you decide, yeah, I want to start this business, you first will create your account with a premium starter kit and an essential rewards kit. So we'll talk in a second about essential rewards. You'll also announce your business publicly in whatever format that comes in, but you want to make sure that people know that you're in business. And then you want to create an active candidate list of at least 100 people. So 100 people that you know. You know way more than that. Even if you see that and you're like, oh my gosh, 100, you know more than that. Okay, so you'll begin to create that list of people that you know. And then you will schedule 3 classes for your launch month that whoever introduced you to Young Living will help you with. And then you just start talking to people. People talk about their needs. People talk about what ails them. People talk about stress and sleep issues and immune system that needs support and any, discomforts that they're experiencing. So people talk about this stuff and you have something that can help. Okay. So just listen. So for those who don't already have a starter kit, my assumption is that most on this call do, but I just really briefly want to go over this. This is what's called a premium starter kit. It comes with 11 oils. It comes with a diffuser. It's a great way to just get started on creating that natural wellness chest in your home, to be able to support your family's best health. And then Ningxia Red is one other product that we would say when you get started, you want to experience this right away. This is one you want to be able to share with people. And my guess is that you'll notice right away a difference. I remember when we started drinking it, I came home after like 3 months. And I think what I was expecting was like an energy drink, like a huge energy spike. But what it does, what you'll notice right away is that it fills in those gaps. I came home to Andy and I said, I don't know if I'm noticing anything with the Ningxia, right? And I probably said it in that really perky way. I don't know if I'm noticing anything with the Ningxia. And he said, you're not coming home and saying you're tired anymore. And I was like, oh, because I'm not. So what I found was that it just filled in those nutritional gaps to where I didn't have that afternoon drop, that lull. And the other thing I have found is that it's given great immune support along with the Vitality Thieves oil, Ningxia Red. Those are my secret weapon for staying well. Anything else you want to say about Ningxia? We
love all the Ningxia products. I mean, there's Ningxia Zing, Ningxia Nitro, and Ningxia Red. Ningxia Red's an everyday product for me personally. The Zing is a special occasion, and the Nitro is when I don't take a nap, which is usually just on vacation. But
yes, my husband takes a nap every day.
Yes, I do. Proud of it. And my wife,
I've started to take naps more than like once a year.
Pretty fun. I know I'm having a positive impact on the world by taking naps.
Okay. So Essential Rewards, really quickly, this is the best way to order through Young Living. What we love about this, I used to go into Target with like 2 things on my list that I needed to get and come out with like 27 things. So this has saved my pocketbook from going into Target. What we do each month is we create the list of things that we need: personal care products, supplements, oils, makeup, cleaning products, all, skincare. Young Living really has it. Young Living has it all. So what you can do is you can create a custom order every month through the Essential Rewards program. And it's like one of those fun, like boxes that gets shipped to your house. If any of you have done like the clothing subscriptions or whatever, well, this is your wellness box. So you get to piece together your wellness box every month. And what's beautiful about it is that you start by getting 10% that goes into an account to use on free product. After that, after the first 3 months, it goes to 20%. And then after 2 years, it goes to 25%. So that percentage goes into an account and you can redeem that for free product just for ordering through Essential Rewards. All right. So that's that. Andy, you want to end us here tonight?
So if you will change your focus from making money to serving more people, serving more people makes the money come in. That is true. I think we can all agree on that. If you focus in on just taking care of people and listening to their needs, the money will follow. That's just how it works. So it's really awesome. Robert Kiyosaki, great author. All right. Anything else?
That's it.
All right. Thanks for joining us, guys. We appreciate it.
Thank you guys for being on tonight. Have a great evening. And I'm going to go ahead and post a question in the event group and would love to hear any questions you have or feedback in that group, but definitely check in with the person who invited you to the call and let them know what you thought. All right. We'll talk to you guys later. Take care.
Good night.
Seriously,